It is a miracle that we exist at all. It's a miracle that we are in this dimension at all. The nature of the key of the Guru is this miraculous, purposeful possibility that lives within each of us. We align ourselves with that in our vibrational field. We organize our outer life to be consistent with that and to serve that. Is how we strengthen that arising miracle in ourselves and in others. When we become an instrument or channel of the Sat Force, the Sat Force takes over the process. It does the yoga to a great extent for us. It starts meditating us even when we don't want to meditate. It starts making us behave in certain ways or let go of certain things even when we don't want to let go of those or we want to behave differently. It starts taking away the things we're still grasping to. And it starts showing us that which we truly long for and wish for. And it's not something we do unless we resist or oppose or turn it into something that activates our trauma, our fear, and our anger and our shame. Then we shut it out. We don't have access to it. And we end up with what's left over then. But something of that influence is still there, no matter how dark or how deep or how resistant or how rebellious you are. It's still working, dissolving those structures that would have you be resistant, that have you be shamed, that have you be angry and blaming. It will dissolve all those. Because we're in an accelerated period that would take lifetimes. It's going to happen this lifetime for each person on the planet at a much more accelerated pace than any other time in human history. So in another sense, so I want to give it a different context. There's an inherent contract between a guru and who come to them. There's an inherent design. First, those who come are maybe they're pulled by curiosity or interest because it's just they're recognizing something. That's one group. There are those that are feeling a love, a sense of devotion, a sense of opening of a possibility. A chakra may open, or two chakras may open, or kundalini may awaken, or you start getting realizations. And then the person comes closer to the guru. They start moving out of just recognizing it. The nature of what they're recognizing starts revealing itself within them. They may not know it, understand it, but they're feeling it. And there's stages of that. There's those who are curious, and then there's those who become devotees, varying degrees. Devotees on the fringes, devotees more intimate, devotees who get hooked. When a devotee gets hooked, then the actualization of that guru principle, or what the guru represents, is taking form and starting to motivate and actualize the sadhana and the seeking. And it comes in stages. First, the stage of doing it for that guru or for that, and donations are one of the evidence of that stage. That doing it for then expands between outside of donation, but volunteering or choosing to take a program that has you hold space for a group or to conduct a world peace meditation. You're then now working for. Their actions as a human being in a body are now aligning with what's happening within your body as consciousness. And in that process, your contract with the guru deepens. It's not something the guru does. It's something you do. Because then the guru starts feeling you in them, in themselves. They start carrying you. When that transition happens, there becomes a level of intimacy and love and exchange. That is the rarest relationship you can have in your life. It is in those times where the guru sees the darkness and the student asks for the darkness to be shown. And in those moments, the guru then gives guidance, gives instructions. Do this, don't do that. In my case, I empower the student to understand the guidance, but in my teacher, he never empowered me. He said, do that, and that was it. No understanding, no collaboration with my intellect. So I just did that, and it was better in many ways because there was no agenda that could come from understanding. But at that point, there's a tangible sense of the teacher, the guru, the avatar, the Shree, being with you. A tangible sense that is with you when you wake up, it's with you when you go to sleep, it's with you during the day, this sense of being with that. And Sri Aurobindo's phrasing is being with her, which for me resonates because this creation is held by the Mahashakti in all her expressions. So being with the mother, that tangible sense of being loved and being held, feeling you're in the right place and in touch with your purpose and the energies needed for that to manifest. If that continues, when you're with the student is with the teacher, then at some point, the process of recognition and revelation, which is where all the experiences happen, all the awarenesses, the showings happen, there becomes realizing. That means making real that which is with you, that which you lived for, that was with you, now becomes you. You start living as the guru, as the teacher. This is how it works. I didn't make this up. I didn't figure this out. I found it as at the process of becoming it and traversing the journey. To those that I give guidance, which are few, sometimes the guidance I give as like a intervention, which is an intrusion so far as the ego is concerned. Sometimes my guidance is given as an offering for you to choose. Sometimes it's both. So the intervention is, I can see something they can't see. I can feel what is there in the lineage of their lives in that moment, and I can see the things they can do by themselves and the things they can't do by themselves. That means I can give them the choice, or I cannot. When I give them a choice, they may make the wrong choice relative to what I see. I have no responsibility unless they come back to me. It is my seeing, of course, as a person, has some veils. I get attached to people. I get vested in people. From a matching resonance in my system, usually it's based on love, some form of love and anguish related to that love. So I have to let go and let them go their own way, find their own path, no matter what the consequences may be. So that, like a parent with a difficult child, you let go, yet you still love them. You wish for the greater possibility, but they are the choosers. And without choice, the guru-disciple-devotee relationship becomes a dependency, becomes a bypass, becomes a place where you lose the fullness of the opportunity. People who are making that transition from a devotee to a disciple is a very tangible recognition that the disciple becomes a partner with the teacher. The disciple comes to a stage where they can start standing in their own authority and their own choosing of the direction of their manifestation and their spiritual development. Once in a while, and it's rare, a disciple makes a choice that takes them away. This happens, I'm sure it happened for me when I had encounters when I was with my teacher, where I met a deep embedded structure that I didn't know how to be with. And it had this strong repulsion and reaction and projection come up in me. But the difference is I never spoke it. I just held it. And then by holding it, I started eating it. And I started feeling and experiencing the entrenched structures that were there, tied up with that repulsion and that reaction and that rebellion. I held steady. But then I was physically with my teacher during those times. But I do believe that what was the measure of me going through that phase was my faith. My faith in my own experience that had brought me to my teacher. My ability to trust the wisdom of my experience, even if I didn't like it, didn't know it, didn't recognize it, didn't believe it. I had disbelief as a very strong structure as a Western, 50-year-old Westerner, successful Westerner. There was a lot of skepticism in all of it, even while it was going on. What the hell is this? But there was a fundamental surrender there in that faith that was willing to cross the territory. Just like an eye of a needle. It's not anything any human ego would ever want to meet or have to go through. And it can't. Not without the grace. And even then, without the maturity of the faith of the person making the transition. Now you may want this. You may wish for this. You may feel the call of that possibility. But I wouldn't ever rush it. I would never go in with an expectation or an agenda of how it would look. So coming into the right contract is also coming into responsibility for your own experience. But what's beyond the disciple? The guru itself. The disciple becomes the partner with the guru and then becomes the guru itself. Some of you have actually made that transition. I don't know if you're here on the screen, but you've made the transition already, but you don't know it yet. That you're still discovering what it is you've already transitioned into. That you're shedding the habits of the organization of your identity. And it's not done yet. But if you keep the work up, if you keep being of service, if you keep doing the practices that helps your human come on board with your spiritual being, your divine nature, then you will be able to wake up to that you've become, what you've become. You will become the finder of that divinity within you.